You learned to walk, you learned to talk, you figured out who your mother was, what your name meant, and how the entire world worked, all in your first few years of life. It was the steepest learning curve you will ever experience. Nothing you ever study as an adult will come close, and you don't remember a single second of it, not one. There is a hole in your memory where the most important years of your life used to be. For 100 years, scientists had a simple explanation for that hole, and in 2025, it turned out to be wrong. Let's start with the hole itself. It has a name: infantile amnesia, and it is one of the only truly universal human experiences. Every person you have ever met in every country across all of history shares it. Try to remember your first birthday. You can't. Try to remember learning to walk, the first time you tasted food, the first face you ever recognized. You can't. For almost everyone, memory simply does not exist before the age of 3 or 4. Whatever happened before that is gone, and what happened before that was enormous. Think about what a baby actually does. In the first few years of life, you went from a creature that couldn't hold up its own head to a small human who could walk, run, understand language, recognize hundreds of faces, and navigate complex social relationships. You learned your native language without a single lesson. You learned that objects still exist when you can't see them. You learned what was dangerous, what was safe, and who loved you. Around the age of 1, you became one of the most powerful learning machines in the known universe. And then your brain threw away the record of all of it. So why? Why would evolution build a brain that learns more in 3 years than in any decade that follows, and then erase the evidence? For most of the last century, scientists thought they had the answer. And it was simple. The part of your brain responsible for forming memories is called the hippocampus. And in a baby, the hippocampus is not finished. It is still under construction. In fact, the hippocampus doubles in size in the first 2 years of life. The thinking went like this: a baby can't remember anything because the machine that records memories isn't built yet. No recorder, no recording. It was clean. It was logical. It was in every textbook. There was just one problem. It wasn't true. In 2025, a team of researchers at Yale set out to actually test it. The challenge was enormous. To know whether a baby is forming a memory, you have to look inside its brain while it learns something, and babies are not exactly cooperative test subjects. But they managed it. They placed awake infants, some as young as a few months old, into an MRI scanner, and they showed them a series of images. Then, later, they showed them those images again, mixed in with new ones, and watched what the babies looked at. Here is what they found. When a baby had genuinely seen an image before, it looked at it differently. It remembered. And when the researchers looked at the brain scans from the moment the baby first saw that image, they could see the hippocampus lighting up. The memory was being recorded in real time. The recorder was working the whole time. Starting around the age of 1, the infant brain is forming memories, encoding individual experiences, doing exactly the thing scientists thought it couldn't do. The old explanation collapsed. Babies are not failing to make memories. So if the memories are being made, where do they go? This is where the story gets strange, because the new evidence points to something far more unsettling than a broken recorder. The memories may not be lost at all. They may still be in there. The problem isn't that your brain never saved them. The problem is that you can't open the file. Scientists call this a retrieval problem, not a storage problem. Imagine a library where the books are all on the shelves, but the entire catalog system has been rewritten. The books exist. The information is real. You just have no way to find any of it. That may be exactly what happened to the first years of your life. They were recorded, shelved, and then the index was thrown away. And there is a leading suspect for why. It comes down to how a baby's brain grows. In those early years, the hippocampus is generating new brain cells at an explosive rate, far faster than at any other time in your life. This process is called neurogenesis, and it's a good thing. It's what makes babies such incredible learners. But it may come at a cost. As all those new neurons pour into the hippocampus, they wire themselves into the existing circuits. And in doing so, they may disrupt the connections that were holding your earliest memories in place. Think of it like building a brand new wing onto a library every single week, tearing through the old shelves to do it. You end up with a bigger, more capable library. But the oldest books get buried, displaced, their locations lost in the constant construction. The very thing that makes a baby's brain so powerful at learning may be the same thing that erases its ability to remember. So your brain made a trade, and it's worth understanding just how deliberate that trade was. A baby's brain is not trying to build a diary. It's trying to build a model of how the world works. It doesn't need to remember the specific afternoon it learned that fire is hot. It just needs to keep the lesson. Fire is hot. It extracts the rule and discards the episode. It keeps the skill and deletes the memory of learning it. You don't remember the thousands of hours you spent learning to understand language, but you you kept the language. You don't remember learning to walk, but you never forgot how. In a sense, your infant brain decided that who you were becoming mattered more than what you would remember. It prioritized building you over recording you. And that leaves us with something genuinely haunting. There was a version of you that existed before your memory begins. A small person who saw everything for the first time, who learned the faces of the people who would shape your entire life, who experienced pure, total novelty every single day in a way you will never experience again. That version of you was fully awake, fully present, learning faster than you ever will again. And you cannot reach them. You have no access to a single moment of the years that built you. The people around you back then remember it. There may be photos, there may be stories, but from the inside, it's a blank. The strangest part is what the new science suggests, that those memories might not be gone, that somewhere in the architecture of your brain, the record of your first steps, your first words, the first time someone held you might still physically exist, sealed behind a door your adult mind no longer has the key to. You spent the most important, most formative years of your life wide awake, and the only person who can never remember them is you.